and I'm pissing off the neighbors. Whether homegrown or imported, we feeling shorted, cause we waiting on our paper. So next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Yeah, you don't know about the D, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the motor city, nothing is as pretty as the hustle. You don't know about the day, you don't know about the streets, cause when you're in the motor city, everything ain't pretty but it's love though. Next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, where we get back on our feet. Next time when they ask you where you from, you gon' say Detroit City, when we get back on our feet. Yeah.
All right, what is up, man? Hello. I promise I'm feeling better today. I'm tired, but I'm still cool. Welcome to Spike Kool-Aid for Wednesday, the 4th of October, 2023. I'm ready for some football, man, some Lions football. It's been a week tomorrow since we've seen our team play, and I am ready, man, but at least our dudes will be healthy. Shout out to the chat. We got Bonzilla, Kid Rapper. We got Win, DB, David, Bryson, Joey Rodriguez, Braylon in the building, Patty. What's up? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is for you. A lot of stuff to talk about today. Feels weird with our team being in first place, right? Like, it feels super weird. Outside of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce taking over the airwaves, it is pretty much about the Detroit Lions. And I'm actually going to talk about something, but I'm going to go into video form on my other channel. But I had a thought, and that thought is, well, I'll tell you in a minute. Would be nice to watch the Lions on TV for once. This is a long week. Hurry up Sunday, says Bonzilla. Hey, you already know. I seen in the Panthers podcast that fans would be willing to trade Brian Burns for J-Mo. Would you do that deal? I'm going to say no, Patty. I have not seen that, but I wish I would have, because I could have made a video out of that. I have to sneeze. Hold on. As you see, I already had the tissue ready. I knew something was coming, man. I'm surprised I only had to sneeze once. I would say no to that. What's up, Kev? What is going on? Dern, what's happening, man? Somebody just said I couldn't hear you, but I had to double check my audio. Yeah, because I had muted, but I should be good now. I started to get annoyed with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Yes, I've been annoyed with them. They were on the literal NFL YouTube page. She was the banner. So I'm starting to think this is all just for show, to tell you the truth. Yeah, Ryan, expect Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for us to be going. I got to sneeze again for us to be going live. Hold on. Good old Michigan allergies, man. Michigan, look, check this out. Let me tell you what the weather is going to be. Today and yesterday, what's today, Wednesday? Today, it's 80 degrees. The high is 82. Yesterday, it was almost 90 degrees. Monday, it was in the mid 80s as well. Check this out. Tomorrow, 71. Friday, 67. Saturday and Sunday, 55 degrees. So in a day, it's going to drop almost, in 48 hours, it's going to drop 20 degrees. And now into the middle of October, we're going to be in the mid 50s, which is my favorite type of weather. Lord have mercy. So I just started sneezing right before I got on. Hot mess. Thank you, Dern. This is just to get more clicks. Yes. Talk about Taylor Swift on ESPN more than the Lions. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've been told 10-4 good buddy 4 times already today. Who says that? Who says 10-4 good buddy? That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, all right, so let's talk about this first. I am going to the game on Sunday. I've debated about it for a while, and I decided that I'm going to go to the game. One of the reasons I decided I was going to go to the game was because, one, it's the last home game for the next 2. So we play Tampa, then we play Baltimore on the road, then we come back home for Monday Night Football on the second to last day of the month. So I decided that I'm going to go to that game. I'm going to go to the game. And the second reason is, for some reason, YouTube is blocking my streams when I stay home and stream the game. So I'm like, well, if I'm not going to get anybody in my streams because YouTube is not pushing them out, I might as well go to the game. So I will be at the game on Sunday. Got hooked up with a ticket, man. So I am excited about that. It's going to be loud. The return of DJ Chark, the return of Deuce Staley, and I expect the Detroit Lions to wipe the floor with the Carolina Panthers. I know it sounds really bad. On paper, we should beat them, and I think we will beat them because I don't think this Lions team is a team that's like last year. Last year was a team that we didn't expect to be 1-6. We didn't expect to go 8-2 down the stretch, but we did. And Carolina is a team that beat us, but this is a different team than it was last year. So I will be at that game. I don't know what section yet. I think it's 337, so we're going to be up there, but it does not matter. It's not really a bad seat in Ford Field, man. Not really a bad seat at all. Lucky you guys have 90-degree weather. I got to deal with 100. No, bro. That's why I stay in here. Braylon is going to the game too. Okay. John says, finally caught you live. Yes, sir. Real question. What's your big ticket food at Ford Field? Okay. So my big ticket order, I got to get the chicken fingers, but I will say I had the burger, man. It was good. It was done. They only had like 3 left in the stadium and stuff like that. So I might take the cheap route. Well, yeah, I might take the cheap route this time. Pay for parking, right? And because last time I went, I spent $78 on 3 meals and 3 drinks. So yeah, I might take the close to the pocket route. Plus, I want to go to some road games as well. I would love to go to a Lions game. Dave, man, they are awesome, bro. Your wife's money? Nope, it's not my wife's money. Be curious to see how many rushing yards get put up against our run D. Will our D line continue its run stopping domination, or will the Panthers figure it out? I am going to say we're going to continue the run domination. And one of the reasons I say that is because of the fact that we owe them. And I know I saw a podcast or somebody left in the comment section, we shouldn't talk about owing anybody. And of course they're going to talk about that. These players remember what was done to them last year. They're not going to let that sit. And I think they're going to dominate. Plus that game was on the road in Carolina in a field that wind up getting a grievance filed against either the NFL or the Carolina Panthers. And now they're playing at Ford Field. So I think we're going to beat them handily. I really do. Robin says ad break. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I appreciate that though, because that's how I get this new microphone and stuff like that. The tickets are expensive. Yes, they are. That's why. So basically, one of my subscribers, he watches quite a bit. He was like, hey, I got season tickets. If you want to go, I'm like, okay. And that's how that worked out. So it's good to have friends. It's good to be nice to people, because if you're nice to people, and that's what shines through about me, is I am about the people, and the people have shown that they are about me. So I appreciate that. Our D-line, our O-line is back together besides Branch. I think we're at our healthiest so far. But Ryan, I don't know if Vaitai is playing. I know he didn't play against Atlanta and last week as well, right? I don't know if he's back, but we'll see. Emmanuel Mosley is going to play. I'm 99% sure he's going to play, as well as J-Mo. Yeah. Man, I hate the ticket prices. Can't even get a decent seat anymore. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm just trying to be there. I'm just trying to be in the building. That's it. What's up, Vash? What's going on, my man? All right, so let's do this. My man Nick, who was on yesterday with Touchdown Detroit Lions, he got some segments, and I am excited about that because I'm awfully tired today. Vaitai practiced yesterday, though, didn't he? Maybe, you know what, Ryan? He might have. I stopped paying Vaitai any attention. The dude missed all last year. He played 2 games, and I got to sneeze again. That means I'm going to have to take some allergy medicine, some non-drowsy. If I keep sneezing, we'll have to cut it off, because I'm surprised that I only sneeze. I got my tissue. That I only sneeze once. Like, I usually sneeze 10, 20 times in a row. It's insane. Oh, my God. Crazy. I just came back from a couple jobs I had to do, so, man, that might be what it is. The reason I get out of frame is because, when you sneeze, man, you can't control what's going to happen, and that's the last thing I want is something nasty on camera. I just noticed I haven't been on since the draft. We got to chop it up soon. Darn, we do. And I have to figure out my new system, bro, because I don't know. Yeah, I got to figure it out. Last time I brought somebody in, I could not hear them. They could hear me, but I couldn't hear them. So I got to figure it out. It kind of sucks. Thank you, Detroit. Man, get some Zyrtec. Ryan, I take that already. Not anymore, Tiger. I have unofficially retired. So yeah, that I retired doing that when my son started school. I think I've done one order since, but I don't really do that anymore. All right, so let's talk about something that I saw today. And hold on, let me bring up because I like to have these up. Okay. All right. So my man Nick hooked me up with some segments. So really, if I record some segments today, it'll be for tomorrow, which is fantastic. All righty. Now, and let me also bring up this so I can have it over here. Now, I want to talk about this with you guys. Okay, can you go back up? Go back up there. Nope. Trying to put this. Okay, I'll put it over here because it's being dumb. It's being dumb. All right. So I was thinking about something last night, and I'll talk about it on this channel too. But so the Detroit Lions have an opportunity to win the division, and I think they're going to win the division. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put my foot down. The Detroit Lions are going to win the NFC North for the first time ever. That'll be something that we get rid of. Is not winning the NFC North. We're also going to host Ford Field's first playoff game. Now, I was watching the game Monday night between the Giants and the Seahawks, and the Giants are terrible. They're not going anywhere. Washington's falling off. They're not going anywhere. Lions with the dono says chicken fingers and fries on me. Have a day. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate that's going to be the Coke. That's going to be all. They got a super chat in the comment section there. Let me go ahead and appreciate you, my man. So the Detroit Lions are going to win the division this year. I have no doubt in my mind. I also think that they're going to obviously host a playoff game. Now, right now, it's about seeding. And I don't want to sound, this is actually two different segments, so I'll just keep one. But the Lions are playing such good football that if they because they're going to win this weekend, they beat the Carolina Panthers, they go 4-1. I think the real test is going to come, can they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the road before heading to Baltimore to face the Baltimore Ravens? And that's going to be a revenge game too. But I had a thought. That not only would we win the division, and host our playoff game, but we would get seeds 3 or 4, right? The Seattle Seahawks, they won. They beat us, so now they're 3-1. We're 3-1. They hold the tiebreaker. That doesn't matter if we win our division. So since we're going to win the division, the loss against the Seattle Seahawks hurts less. Plus, Geno's hurt. I don't know how long he's going to be out, so that might change things as well. But I got a thought. Here is my prediction of how I think that the first round is going to go. I think your Detroit Lions, your current quarterback, Jared Goff, is going to host your former quarterback's team. I think that the Detroit Lions could face the LA Rams. The LA Rams are playing some pretty good football. Stafford was healthy. I know he had a hip contusion. I don't think he's going to miss the game coming up. They still got to see the 49ers twice. They've already beat the Seahawks once, and they got to play the sneaky Cardinals. But I think that the LA Rams, while not winning the NFC West, I think they can sneak in as the 7th seed. It's going to be very tough because you have the 4 division winners. You're probably going to have 2 or 3 that come from the NFC East. Maybe Washington falls off. Maybe they don't. So I think the Rams are going to get in at 6 or 7, which means that the Lions need to be 3. Now, if the Lions are 4, they're going to play 5. So what I would like to see is the Lions to be obviously a number 1 seed, but the 2nd seed or the 3rd seed would be ideal. You would play 6 or 7. You would host that. I don't want them to play whoever's number 5. I just don't want to, even though it'd be at Ford Field, I do not want to have to play, I don't know, man. I don't want to have to play Dallas round 1. You know what I'm saying? So the thing about that, I was thinking as well, the Detroit Lions would host the lower seed, right? So, this is about the first round. I think they're going to host the LA Rams, and Jared Goff, Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, this Detroit Lions team is going to do what they couldn't do in 2001 and beat the LA Rams and send our former quarterback back to LA. That's what I think is going to happen. That was his first super chat. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Y'all getting, well, you shouldn't, because I got him set on a particular time, bro. Seattle and Rams. Careful, don't want to get too hopeful. That happens when you lose 9 straight. Will you be streaming from your car again, ranting? Stafford would let us win. Oh, how cool would that be? What's up, Rainbow? Goff gets his revenge against the team that threw him out like trash. That's what I think is going to happen. I think that's what I see happening is the Detroit Lions they would need the 2nd or 3rd seed. I don't think the Rams are going to get 5 because you're going to have the loser, whoever doesn't win the NFC East between the Dallas Cowboys, who they still have not played the Eagles once. So that's going to be, those 2 games are going to be huge. The loser will drop all the way down to 5, and then they'll have to play the 4th seed, which I think is going to be the NFC South winner. So I think that would mean that the Lions would have to be the 2nd or 3rd seed, and the Rams would have to be 6 or 7, and Matthew Stafford would come to Ford Field and play the Detroit Lions' first playoff game in Ford Field. And I know that place would be rocking. I would try my best to get there. As a matter of fact, I should start saving money because I think the Rams are going to make the playoffs. I think they're going to sneak in at the 7th seed. I really don't see, I see 1 South team. I see 2 or 3 from the West. I see 2 or 3, well, maybe just 2 from the East, and then 1 from the NFC North, just like it was last year. Man is leaking the NFL script. That's funny, bro. So let me ask you a question. So Chocolate says that would be hilarious. That is crazy. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts. You guys are killing me, man. You are distracting me with these messages. Did I go to college? I did not. I knew that college was not for me. It would have been a waste of money. I would have went to college. I would have probably not paid attention and then would have. Why are you asking me that? Is it because you brought up DoorDash earlier? Is that why? I just want to make sure we see what's up. I think we play Seattle in the playoffs. Okay, so that means that Seattle, and see, that's the thing. Seattle could be 6, which would put the Rams at 7. So, okay, let me ask you a question. What do you think? You know what I think. I think it's going to be, my mustache hair is curling up, even though I just shaved it down a little bit. I think it's going to be one team from the north, one team from the south, and 3 from the east. No, I'm sorry, 2 from the east and 2 from, that would be 6. So I think 3 is either going to come out of the east or the west. I think it's going to be San Francisco, the number 1 seed. It's going to be either the Philadelphia Eagles or the Dallas Cowboys, number 2. I think we can get number 3. As a matter of fact, we will have number 3. The winner of the, I don't know who's winning the South. I have no idea. It's too early. The winner of the South. And then that would mean that whoever doesn't win the NFC East goes to number 5. That will put Seattle at 6 and then the Rams at 7. I think the Rams are going to be 6 or 7. Young will get to see his 2 favorite targets from the past 2 years on the same field at the same time. I see Lions at 3 playing 6 seed. They would have to be 2 to get the Rams, I think. I see Washington at 6. I don't know, man, because Washington still has the Eagles once, right? They haven't played Dallas or the Giants, have they? They played the Vikings, so they got interdivision games, and all of them, the only ones I think they win are against the Giants. I mean, they almost beat the Eagles, though. They still got the Dallas Cowboys twice, I think, the Eagles once. They hold division. That could be, maybe they go 2-4 in their division, and, you know, that's how that's going to be. Lion King says Dallas in the wild card. I'll be kind of nervous if we play Seattle first. You know what? I wouldn't. We can get 2. Stop putting it. Okay, Hunter Cook, what are you talking about? Robin says San Fran, Rams, Lions, Atlanta, Philly, Dallas, Washington, and or Packers from north. You think so? I don't know, man. I think the Packers about to kind of hit a speed bump. If Derek Carr stays healthy, Bucks win it easy. Oh, stays hurt, Bucks win it easy. Okay. Soft shell, hard shell. Oh my God. Why can't the Lions get number 1? I believe they can do it. I mean, because you play Dallas, so you would have to pretty much beat Dallas because they're right now, the number 1 seed right now belongs to the San Francisco 49ers. Under them, record-wise, is probably the Eagles, then the Dallas Cowboys, then us. So we would have to beat the Dallas Cowboys in week 17. We would also have to hope that the San Francisco 49ers start losing, which is hard to see. I would love the Packers also. Okay, that wouldn't be. Y'all really think the Packers go into the playoffs? I don't think they're going to the playoffs. Yes, Tiger, I did see that. I got an email from my son's school, and that's like 10 minutes before he gets out, so that's crazy. Detroit Lions says, I can't remember the last time the Lions were favored by 9.5. It's been quite a while. Dallas and Seattle are almost wild card locks. Yes, Hunt, I agree with you. I think Dallas, I mean, you got to take the loser of the NFC East, right? So remember the NFC East was called the NFC Least, and now they got the best conference in the best division in the conference. That's crazy. They won't go. LOL. Okay, I don't know why y'all getting these ad breaks so often, because I set them on a certain time, and every 2 or 3 minutes it's not even an option. So I don't know why YouTube is putting out more than, hold on, let me see. Yeah, you can have them. I don't know if I can do it live while I'm actually live, but yeah, they're not set every couple of minutes. They should happen 3 times an hour, something like that. Lion King, we don't match up in Seattle. Wide receivers DK Metcalf don't want the Hawks. You know what, man? Forget all that, bro. I hear what you're saying. They beat us 6 straight times, but this will be the time for us to beat them. I have the playoff script again. Okay. All right. So what is happening here? Hold on. Let me. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me see. All right. Let me go back to this first clown that I saw that I didn't pay him any attention. Let me see. Okay. Wait, what? Oh man. Okay, so the person in the chat with the goofy name, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know what I'm talking about. You changed your channel name from love to hate right in front of me. It's so what stuff are you on? That's what I want to know. I'm not going to entertain the foolishness. I'm just curious. Yes, YouTube Premium is awesome. I have it, and I'm a content creator. So, but I contribute by having YouTube Premium because we get a little something from that as well. So, but I will never go back to ads again. Okay, J-Mo, Sunday, 4 catches, 49 yards. I can see that. That would be a big day for him. That would be a big day for him. Tampa Bay game has me a bit concerned. They have given up at least 3 amount of points. They have given up 3 least amount of points in NFC. I can see this being a trap game, hot and on the road. Last time we were this confident, we lost to Carolina. You know what, Rainbow? I think we're even more confident now. I do. I think we're even more confident now. Yeah, premium YouTube Premium is the stuff, but I also love the ads as well because that's how I get some of my income. Bucks will be fine. Cali boy Goff will be feeling it with the ocean breeze flowing through his luscious blonde locks. All right, 2 for 85 and a tutty. LOL. I just want to see him on the field at this point, just like the Packers. Ryan Gosling throwing for 5 TDs in Tampa. That would be awesome. Tampa has me concerned for everything RG said. It's hot, it's humid. Florida sucks when it comes to weather any time of year, right? And Baker Mayfield, we have to play him. And I don't think the Lions have beaten Baker. I remember when he was with the Browns, man, he ate us up. So that was a different team in a different year. So I think my thing is Mike Evans going to be able to play? Is Mike Evans going to be able to play? Okay. Let's talk about this because I saw it today and I wanted to have a conversation with you all about it. All right. Jameson Williams returns to the Detroit Lions. And I know a lot of you guys who are going to see this video on playback are going to be like, we don't need any. My favorite thing that I get from the comment section is when somebody tells me what we don't need. I think it's hilarious. I mean, none of us are Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes. This is all in good fun. But I tend to be more right than I'm wrong when it comes to this. And I think because I am looking deep into the team, not just the surface level of the team. Now, as far as that is concerned, am I ready to take my foot off the AG gas? Not yet. Not yet. He's got the number 1 ranked run defense. Our defense is pretty high. He spent last year with a top ranked defense. But I just want to see that go on longer this year. But the purpose of this conversation is I think that even with the return of Jameson Williams, we need a wide receiver, right? We've been talking about it for about 5 or 6 months. Antoine Green has 1 catch for 2 yards. Marvin Jones has 2 catches for 8 yards. He hasn't even caught a pass since week 1. Like literally it's been the entire month it's been almost 1 month when we play the Carolina Panthers. It will be 1 month since Marvin Jones caught a pass, right? We talked about Mike Evans. Well, he's got a hamstring issue. I don't know the severity of it. We talked about Devontae Adams. I think that is preposterous. I don't think that the Detroit Lions could do that. And we also talked about T. Higgins. He's hurt. So is Devontae Adams. I don't know the severity of their injuries, but a month from the trade deadline, I'm not sure. I don't know. But there's been a guy that has kept coming up, kind of quietly connected to our team through rumors and such. And then I hear from my Denver guy that the Denver Broncos could be trying to offload wide receiver Courtland Sutton. Now, this guy fumbled twice in their 70-point loss to Miami. They might be trying to ship him off. And I wanted to get your opinion on Courtland Sutton. He's 27 years old. He is a 2018 second-round pick. Let's take a look at his stats thus far in 2023. Not too bad. Not too bad. He's got 20 receptions, 216 yards, 3 touchdowns this season. Let me finish. Courtland Sutton signed a 4-year deal. This is from Spot Track. $60.8 million with Denver Broncos, including a $6 million signing bonus, $34 million guaranteed, and an average annual salary of $15 million. This year, Sutton will earn a base salary of $14 million and a roster bonus of $500,000 while carrying a cap hit of $18 million and a dead cap value of $25 million. And here we are right here. Just signed a new deal, not an unrestricted free agent for another 2 years after this season. His contract is a little steep for me. But what worries me about Brad Holmes, and I know he's the GOAT, he's doing all this stuff. He's great. I was watching a documentary today about the life of a Lions fan. Shout out to the guy that created it. I'm going to try to have him on the show once if I can get my system working. And we talked about the past general managers. And when you look at them, the Martin Mayhews, the Matt Millens, when you look at those guys, Brad Holmes in his 2.25 years, is doing more than like they did. Bob Quinn, right? The Bob Quinn era, we can forget about that because he brought us Matt Patricia. But I see Brad Holmes going after someone kind of second tier. I don't think Courtland Sutton is a first tier wide receiver. That could just be me. Devontae Adams, even though he's older than Courtland, I think he's better. But the price tag is ridiculous. I don't know. I'm looking at the cash. Denver would have to want to take that hit. I don't know. But according to my Denver guy, they could be trying to offload Courtland. So my question to you is, would you want Courtland Sutton on the Detroit Lions? Does Marvin need a change? What does that say? Does Marvin need to change venues? Is that what that says? We need a 50-50 wide receiver in the red zone. Courtland Sutton is good. Where did you get the Lions neon sign in the back? Okay, Devin, I will talk to you in a second. Go get him. He needs a change of scenery. Bring him home. Marvin Jones has better chance to catch a cold than football. That's funny, bro. We have too many offensive weapons to trade for another offensive weapon. Now, I like that. I hear what you're saying. And that's actually going to lead me into a new segment that we'll talk about later. I don't think you can ever have enough of anything, defense or offense. You can't have enough of it. But I will just give you a little teaser as to why a move like this could happen. Brad Holmes is ready to win. Point blank period. He thinks we can compete. And I keep going back to that because when you talk about GMs, you got to read between the lines. And sometimes you got to look at their history. Brad Holmes is known for not spending a bunch of money and not giving out a bunch of years on his contract, right? On any contract. 3 years tops. David Montgomery got a 3-year deal. I think Cam Sutton got a 3-year deal, right? But a lot of these 1-year guys, the Khalif Raymonds, the Josh Reynolds, who came in on 1-year deals, they had to earn their way up to a 2 and a 3. 2 things he hasn't done. He hasn't given out more than 3 years, and he hasn't given out a ton of money. Cortland Sutton is probably too high. Then you're talking about trade capital as well. I don't know. If I'm looking at the price tag and the age, my wide receiver of choice based on price tag and age would be Mike Evans. He's kind of like in that Keenan Allen, over 30, but still a dog, right? If you look at youth, you're going to talk about T. Higgins. If you want, to me, 20, how old is he? Cortland is 27 in 1 day. So his birthday was yesterday. He literally turned 27 yesterday. That's crazy. So let me know down below, Cortland Sutton, if he is indeed on a trade. And I think there is some truth to the trade. I don't know how much truth there is to the Detroit Lions, but I feel like because if we trade for Cortland Sutton, this is the plus. And this is why I could see the Detroit Lions doing it. Mike Evans, not on a deal. This is the last year. T. Higgins, I can't remember if this is the last year, but he is going to cost a bunch of money. The Denver Broncos have a potential out after this year in Denver. Cortland, if traded, would be a Detroit Lion for the next 2 seasons. But then when his time was up, he would be 30 years old. And check this out. According to what I heard from my Denver guy, the new team is going to have to eat some, like Denver's going to have to help them out. Remember what I think the Lions did something with Stafford or Goff. The Rams paid a little bit of this or something like that. That's what's going to happen for us to take him. I just don't think right now, if healthy, if he'll be ready by the trade deadline, I think it's Mike Evans. But let me know your thoughts on Cortland Sutton. Dylan, what's up, man? Just told everybody the good news, my man. I am a troll. Says sorry for that, Derek. It won't happen again. Yo, Derek, question for you. Is the D-line is good because we have... do that again, John. Do that again, my man. Okay, what's annoying? Okay, Blitz, I have a question. Where are the contract ending for the offensive line that we have is my concern. Yeah, it is a fake brick wall. It's literally sticky brick. I usually agree with you, but they don't need a receiver. I would go get Chase Young and save money to reality, and reality go out next season. Okay, you can disagree. That's fine. That's fine. I'm going to stick to we need a receiver. Okay, let me ask you this, Peyton. Why don't we need a receiver? Sutton will cost us a pretty penny. His base salary for this year is $14 million. His base salary for next year is $13 million. His base salary for the year after that is $13 million. NFC East and West play each other this season. Number 1 seed is definitely possible. 2 seed is most likely. Rick, I mean, we got to keep winning. They got to lose a couple, and it would have to stay like that. But I would love to do that. I would love to get that. Let's see what he can do first. Who are we talking about? We have money. We have too many offensive weapons to trade for a tier 2 wide receiver. Okay. So who is okay. Well, you know what, Rick, it probably would be better, man, if you put it in here again, because I would have to scroll all the way up. Okay. So who are we talking about here? Do you guys think that Corton is a tier 2 like me? Or are you saying Mike Evans, or what are you saying? Because I want to hear what you have to say. Our defensive line is our defensive line really that good, or do we just look good because the offensive lines we played are average or meh? Okay, so you know what? That's a good question, John. And I haven't really looked at the offensive line. I know this same defensive line got no pressure on Geno Smith. I know this same defensive line minus Isaiah Buggs, he could be the difference maker. We didn't touch Patrick Mahomes, but again, he's Patrick Mahomes. He gets out of a ton of sacks. So you take those out. Then you go against the Desmond Ridder, who holds the ball much too long, and his offensive line. I think he was missing some pieces. And then you go against the offensive line of the Green Bay Packers, who were missing some pieces. I think you could have a point. I also think that Isaiah Buggs is a bit of a difference maker when it comes to that as well. I personally don't think we have enough. I want to see Broderick Martin, see what he can do. And you know me, I will never get off DN like ever. So that's a really good question though. Cortland is definitely not a number two tier or second tier. Bro, I was there. I was there, a bad seat in the Rams stadium. Maybe going to the Lions Chargers. Not really, Inkster. Not really. The only issue that I can say is, so the Rams, Kansas City Chiefs Stadium is outside, and they had cleaner seats than SoFi. Where I was sitting at was literally 3 seats from the last row, and it was like rain dust on the seat. And I had to like wipe it off. I had to go to the bathroom, get some paper towel, and wipe the seat down. But there was not a bad seat in the house. It really wasn't. I would definitely go, bro. I would definitely go. Oh, what's up, bro? What's up, Grit? Bro, I don't know why either. I was wondering what happened. That's why you put Grit in there. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I checked. You're not blocked. I have no idea. That could be something that YouTube is doing. Tiger says, do you still want AG5? Okay, let me. Okay. I never said, and this is not toward you, Tiger, but I feel like some stuff been going around. I've been seeing videos with my face on the cover. I've been seeing videos with me in the video, and I never said AG need to be fired. What I said was, and this is not directed toward you, what I said was, how long does Aaron Glenn have after the abysmal performance in week 2? That's what I said. I cannot stand, and again, Tiger, not toward you, but I don't like when people flip the narrative to fit their content. I did not say I wanted him fired. I said, how long does he have? Meaning, if his defense kept like it was in week 2, he the hot seat. And for me, is he off the hot seat? No, he's not. Keep that seat hot. I don't care what he did last year. We keep going back to Aaron Glenn and what he doesn't do, right? Can we say that maybe Aubrey Pleasant was the spark that lit the fire? Maybe it was. What I want to see from Aaron Glenn is consistency. Do I want to see him fired? No, not if we can have a decent defense. But let's be real. He has to be consistent game in. He cannot let Carolina. And this is the thing. We had a stretch of good games. Then the Carolina Panthers run for 320 yards on us, right? So I want to see Aaron Glenn consistently do what he's doing, and I'll be happy. I never said I wanted him fired, and it's kind of irritating. No. This isn't toward you. This is not toward you. People using my face on their thumbnails, and I think it's funny. I just think it's funny. But let me stop before I do something, say something I can't take back. It just keeps happening to me. I'm sure that's the case with other disappearing subs. It's YouTube. Yeah. Yes, Eduardo, it's going to be at 2 or 1. Have you heard a timeline on CJ Peyton? We're looking at December or the playoffs. That's the earliest he can come back. Okay, Dylan says 4th ranked defense. The last time we had a defense that high was 2014 when we went to play the Dallas Cowboys. If he can keep doing that, here's what I'll say. If Aaron Glenn, you know what? I'll put it towards you. I'll put it toward the chat because I'm always the one making the videos, so I'll put it toward you. The Detroit Lions, from my research, we ended the 2022 season with the 28th ranked defense overall. You got all these defensive, you got points, yards, passing, all this stuff, takeaways, all this stuff, right? We ended with the 28th overall defense. Currently, we have a top 10 rushing defense. And according to my man Dylan, said we have the 4th ranked defense. It's fantastic. That's fantastic. Very 2014-ish. Where does Aaron Glenn need to end the season for you not to have a single complaint about his job? For his job to be 100% safe, where does he need to end the 2023 NFL season for you to be like, you know what? Aaron's the man. Aaron is the man. I don't see any reason to bet the farm right now. Our wide receiver core is actually pretty good and financially good. And with Williams coming back, I wait to see how his progression goes from there. Okay, Josh, I feel that. My retort to anything y'all saying regarding what you don't see is the fact that Brad Holmes, if Brad Holmes thinks we are there, he'll make a move. That's what I'm thinking. I personally don't think the wide receiver core is solid. We are one St. Brown away from being hit. Everybody know that if St. Brown go down, y'all gonna panic. Offense gonna fall apart. We've seen it happen before. Will it fall apart? I don't know. Will it take a hit? Absolutely. This dude catches, he's had how many? 3 out of 4 games over 100 yards. We need somebody who can step up. Marvin Jones is non-existent. Jamison Williams has proven nothing except that he can run fast. Why not put that person on the other side of him? It's like, okay, who we checking? Bro, Marvin Jones, and this goes to the chat. Marvin Jones right now, do you even have to guard him? You think that the Carolina Panthers are coming in planning for Marvin Jones? Absolutely not. Thankfully, J-Mo's coming back because now they have to account for him. Maybe Brad's like, oh, or Dan's like, we're not going to play him that much, but he plays 30 snaps. Or maybe he just said that to throw them off guard. They've got Chark, we've got J-Mo, right? So I hear what you're saying, and I agree to an extent, but I think that we think that maybe Brad feels like we're further. I feel like we're not giving our Detroit Lions enough credit, and that's actually a segment that I probably will end the show with. We have Marvin Jones, bro. We don't need a receiver. Hashtag MIA. That's funny. That is funny. We're on the same page when it comes to the defensive tackles. Another question, would you rather draft Leonard Taylor from Miami or the next free agent sign Christian Wilkinson in free agency? Well, I don't really know much about Leonard Taylor. I'll be lying if I told you I did. I'm not into college like that. I kind of brush up after the season's over. I have been watching more college football now that I'm home during the day on Saturday, but I'll definitely have to look into that. I sent you something via text with the Lions run defense. Dylan, I did see that. J-Mo should be taking Marvin Jones snaps. Top 10, he's got more than enough talent for a top 5. Anything less than the top 10 is unacceptable. Okay, so what's the answer to the question, though? Fill in the blank. Fill in the blank. Aaron Glenn must end the 2022 NFL season for the Detroit Lions with a blank rate ranked defense for his job to be safe. And I'm talking about safe. Like Aaron Glenn is the man. No matter what happens next year, no matter what happens five weeks into the season, y'all, he is the man. He can turn it around. Okay, Patty says top 15, top 20 with a top-ranked defense to be safe. Too bad Green can't get more playing time. What's up, Lions, man? What's up, bro? It's been a minute. Wynn says top 12. Bring in Dylan Drummond to make... Oh, did y'all hear that Denzel Mims is he is a Steeler? He is on the Steelers practice squad. Braylon says 17th. Glenn is not in the hot seat. They do not have a top 10 talent, and they are top 10 in stats right now. He needs to have multiple consistent seasons to be that man. Okay, John says 15th at least defense. And you know what? I would be happy with the high teens. I really would. I mean, compared to last year, we make Seattle punt. We make Seattle punt once. Do we go to the playoffs? We don't let Carolina run for 320. Do we go to the playoffs? If we don't start 1-6, do we go to the playoffs? You know what I'm saying? So I don't even need where the defense is at now is fantastic. Now, this is what I'll say. I'll say this about, I'm a little reserved. Like, y'all don't think we need a wide receiver. Y'all don't think we need a defensive end. I think we all could say we could use a defensive tackle. When it comes to Aaron Glenn, I'm a bit reserved. I'm a bit reserved because it always takes something really, the circumstances around this defensive turnaround. We had to go 1-6. We had to fire a man who didn't even need to get fired. He didn't. We fired him. And when you watch the press conference of Aaron Glenn, when you watch the press conference of Dan Campbell, both of them know Aubrey Pleasant didn't need to be fired. It wasn't his fault that Jeff Okuda is terrible, Amani was terrible, Mike Hughes is terrible, that Deshaun Elliott was the only one doing anything. But who paid the price? Aubrey Pleasant, right? Which turned this defense around. Then we come out. And here's the beautiful thing about how gullible to me some fan bases can be. We come out, we contain Patrick Mahomes, no Travis Kelce, no Chris Jones, no asterisk as well, okay? Now, in the second game against a mobile quarterback that's not named Patrick Mahomes, we can't stop anyone. We cannot stop Kenneth Walker. We just cannot stop anybody. All of a sudden, the fan base is breathing down the neck of Aaron Glenn, and all of a sudden we come out and we get 7 sacks. Then we come out and get another 5. I don't know. Aaron Glenn, to me, it's all this. It's all like toughness and I just want to see consistency this season, in and out. I don't want to regressions of, you know who doesn't regress? The San Francisco 49ers. I know they got talent that we don't, but we're getting there. And that's why I keep talking about a defensive end, because we need a player that's going to help take this defense to new heights. And I think that person, honestly, it would have been a Quinnen Williams. It would have been a Jeffrey Simmons. It would have been a Deron Payne. It would have been even Ed Oliver got like 2 or 3 sacks on Sunday. So for me, I don't know. I'm not as convinced with Aaron Glenn as y'all are. I'm just not, because I know what's going to happen. The second a team puts up 30 or 40 on us, y'all going to have a fit. Here's a take for you, Derek. The players, the team, I'm defeated, have 4 wins, 0 losses. Decision making us 3-1. Yes, I agree. Make Jones a wide receiver 7 if possible. AG just needs to keep doing what he's been doing as of late. Unfortunately, you're only as good as your last game. Yes. Yeah, Josh, that's just the NFL. So he just needs to stay consistent. Yes. Yeah, but we couldn't stop. To me, we couldn't stop him when it mattered, but I was also hosting the watch party. In my opinion, Goff's extended contract should be 2 years, 45. You know what, Dern? Let's talk about it. All right, my guy, the Dern, who took a little while coming around to Jared Goff, just made a suggestion, and I said, you know what? Let's talk about it. Says, in my opinion, Goff's extended contract should be 2-year, $45 million a year. Now, that is not including the year he has remaining on his contract. That will put Goff at around 30-ish, heading to 31 at the end of the contract, I think. Maybe even 32. I think Goff is a fresh 28, or he might be closer to 29. I don't remember. Maybe he is. I don't remember. But that's a good topic. For the longest time, Goff was replaceable. He was replaceable. I remember when he came in the trade, y'all wanted Justin Fields. Y'all wanted somebody else. We kept him. Second year, you wanted Malik Willis. You have to say his name like that because he was just supposed to come out of college at number 2 overall. We didn't take a quarterback. Going into year 3, I don't know who y'all wanted, but it was a quarterback. We didn't take a quarterback. Now we're going into Goff. He's playing good football. Got to clean up his turnovers, but he said that. I think he's going to pass last year, 7 interceptions. He just seems to be a little more, I don't know, maybe he's not as comfortable as I thought he was, or I don't know what's going on, or maybe some chemistry situations there. But Jared Goff has 1 year remaining on his contract. He's going to get an extension. Somebody asked me in the comment section today, what would it take to see Hendon Hooker in the game? It would take Jared Goff to be hurt or just turn miserable, and I don't think he's going to do that. You can have a quarterback make mistakes. Even the best quarterback make mistakes. Jared Goff is consistently playing good football. So the question I put to the chat in the comment section, rewatching this video, Jared Goff, 2-year extension, $45 million, would put him right around number 5 or 6 highest paid currently, and give him 3 years more with the Detroit Lions. Is that something you take? Let me remind you, by the end of his contract, it will also be the end of Hendon Hooker's contract, and we could possibly have no quarterback at the end of that time. So what do you guys think? Let's go to the comment section. Goff and Bridgewater would have to be injured. Everyone's saying they're winning because Goff is wrong. They finally have a talented roster and competent coaches. Okay, so Braylon says 3 years extension. So you mean 3 total, or he already has 1, but 3 more? Wynn says yes. What are we talking about? So when it comes to Jared Goff, what are we doing? Dern says 2 years, $45 million a year. That'll give him 3 more with the Detroit Lions. Him and Hendon will both need new contracts at that time. Wynn says 3 more. Let Hooker battle with Goff next year. If he wins, give him the deal. Okay, Peyton, that battle would have to occur in the offseason, because what players are doing now is they are ensuring their compensation beyond their final year. That's what they're trying to do. I think Goff plays on his final year, even if the Lions don't extend him. He seems like that type of guy. I think the Lions are going to extend him. Patty says he gets extension for 4 years, 42 to 45 million, which means, okay, Patty, question. Is it a 3-year extension or a 4-year extension? So is it 4 years total or 5 years total? Braylon says 5-year contract extension. Okay, so Braylon says 3 more years. Goff is literally a top 5. No more than 2 or 3 years. Dern says, I believe Goff deserves a 2-year extension. Maybe get an out if Hooker is ready. See, so here's what I think. I think that the Lions have a ton of faith in Jared Goff. What I think Hendon Hooker was, I think he is an insurance policy. He is if Goff outprices himself, which I don't think he's going to do. He just doesn't seem like that type of guy. This dude got money for days. And 2, that if Goff was to get hurt, but Hendon was never meant for this year, Hendon was meant for next year. I personally don't believe that the only way that I could see Hendon beating out Jared is if Ben Johnson take a job somewhere else. Maybe it gets to Jared. Maybe that's why Hendon was brought in, because Ben might take a job eventually, which means that Goff could regress. I don't know. Goff seems to have, like, I think we all have confidence issues, right? If you just got dumped by your girlfriend after 4 or 5 years, or, she was your fiance, are you going to go out and try and mac the next woman you see? Probably not. Or if you do, it's going to be fake confidence. You're not going to have any real confidence. So I don't know. I personally don't believe that Goff is going anywhere. This might be a hot take. I think Hendon Hooker is probably less safe than Jared Goff. I truly believe that. And it all comes from a quote from Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes. It's a lot easier to get worse at quarterback than it is to get better. Let me know your thoughts. Derek, will you collab with I don't think so. A 5-year contract extension, draft a franchise QB on the 3rd or 4th year, trade away Hooker. I'm sad to see the Lions community divided. It's the Lions community is not divided. That's what my thing with him is personal. It has nothing to do with the Detroit Lions. Keep Ben Johnson. Okay, where are we? How long have we been on? Because I think I got another segment in me. How long have we been on? We have been on for, an hour. Okay, I got one more segment. Okay. All right, so here is a question that I'm going to pose to the comment section and watching this on playback. Is Ben Johnson going to be our offensive coordinator in 2024? All right. Let that sink in. Let that question marinate a little bit, not marinate. Marinate. Will Ben Johnson be the coordinator in 2024 for the Detroit Lions? Okay. Yes. No way. Pay him. Nah, he's going to coach the Chargers and they be too dangerous. Kid Rapper, I hope so. Aaron says yes. Probably not yet. Dern says, I highly doubt it. He should be the hottest head coaching candidate this offseason. Okay. I think that Ben Johnson, the Detroit Lions, we started off at the beginning of this segment I told you they're going to win the division. I think they're going to host Matthew Stafford. Ben Johnson will be a hot commodity. But will Ben Johnson want to go these places or will he want to stay? Now, during this offseason, one of the things they got him to stay was that extra moolah. Also, he wanted to finish what he started with the Detroit Lions. What is finishing what he started? Is it a playoff win, a division win? If the Detroit Lions win the division, they win their home playoff game. I mean, okay, they make it to the divisional round. Let's say they lose. Is that what Ben Johnson wanted to do? Now, I think that Matt Eberflus is going to be fired. I think that Brandon Staley is also going to get fired if the Chargers do not win a playoff game. If they win a playoff game, I think he can stay. I think he'll stay, maybe, but we've seen stranger things. I don't think he goes to the Bears, but I could see him going to the Chargers. And we talked about it. You got Justin Herbert, super friendly quarterback system. You got the dude we should have had. No offense to Goff, but we should have had Justin Herbert. I'm a little conflicted on what he does. I'm hoping that he will be like Eric Bieniemy, where either he just keeps coaching and nobody says yes, or he wants to stay with the Detroit Lions. Because sometimes when you get that position, that head coaching position, it's not all that it's cracked up to be. You get there, you got the extra pressures on him, right? People make it. And here's the thing, too, that Ben Johnson may be thinking about. I don't think he'll have to worry about this. If he were to get a head coaching job, you can't get any higher than that, right? So you only have to get lower. How many times have we seen a coordinator become a head coach, get fired and demoted back to a coordinator, and then elevated again to a head coach? I was going to say hair coach because apparently I need one. But how many times have we seen that happen? So I think that Carolina was like the deadliest thing because I think he's from there or he got ties there, whatever the situation. I think Carolina was probably our greatest threat. But the Chargers, LA, Justin Herbert, but then they got Keenan Allen. He's aging. Mike Williams coming back from the ACL, hearing that they might try to trade for Chase Claypool. Does Ben Johnson want to risk his offensive coordinator legacy to become a head coach? Took 1 year. Nathaniel Hackett. Hold on. What did you say, Dern? Took 1 year for Nathaniel Hackett. Yeah, Eberflus to me is going to be fired. Brian, I have no idea. I don't know. Okay, so what do y'all think is going to happen with Ben Johnson? The Detroit Lions looks like they're going to continue where they left off last year, win the division, double-digit wins, and now we have a hot head coach. Coaching jobs. I'm even hearing maybe Frank Reich could be fired. But, okay, you know what? Let's do this before we end the segment because I got to go pick up the kiddo. Let me find the potential head coaching jobs coming this year. You know what? Let me go to ESPN because ESPN doesn't have those. And I'm sorry about the ads in this video. I set them to happen like 3 times an hour, but YouTube does what they want to do apparently. So I do apologize for that, but just know that even skipping an ad, you are helping facilitate this business that I am running. So I appreciate that. All right. Possible head coaching jobs, and we'll end the show and the segment with this. Who could become, what team could have a vacancy? The Buffalo Bills. I think they could. I think that Sean McDermott could be fired based on the outcome of what happens with the Buffalo Bills. Could you imagine Ben Johnson in Buffalo? No. Miami Dolphins, good. Bill Belichick, I'm hearing he can be fired. New York Jets, he could also be fired. He got hired with Dan Campbell. He could be fired. Matter of fact, we interviewed him for this job, is what the rumors say. The Baltimore Ravens, I don't think they'll ever let go of John. Cincinnati, I think Zach is safe. The dude from Cleveland, I think he's good. Mike Tomlin, I don't know. Pittsburgh fans want him fired. Houston, no. Indianapolis, I don't think so. Jacksonville, no. Mike Vrabel, I'm sorry. I seem to think he can be fired. I do, because he's underachieved every single year. They just can't get there. So will it happen? I don't know. Denver, no. Kansas City, no. The Las Vegas Raiders, I fully expect him to be fired. He should have never been hired. Las Vegas Chargers, yes. Seattle Seahawks, no. San Francisco, no. Arizona, no. Los Angeles, no. Tampa Bay, maybe, perhaps, as Peter Griffin would say. The Saints, I don't know what they're doing. The Panthers, the Falcons, no. And maybe with the, I don't know. Minnesota Vikings. KOC, no, not yet. Matt LaFleur, no. Chicago Bears, yes. I think Ron Rivera is on the hot seat. And I think Brian Dable gets a not so fast. I mean, you just won Coach of the Year. One bad year doesn't mean you're fired. And Mike McCarthy, well, Jerry, you never know. You never know. So I think that there could be a handful of teams that open up at the end of the season. I think Eberflus gets fired before the season is over. And yeah, so I don't know. But let me know what you think, man. Will Ben Johnson stick around? I'm like this. If I'm Brad, I'm like, Sheila, listen. This guy is crucial to our success. I need you to pay him. Pay him again. I don't know. I wonder, you think Ben holding him hostage like, Sheila, my wallet's a little thin here. Let me know what you think. Yes, Peter Griffin, perhaps. Deion will be going to Dallas in a couple years. Okay, you know what? We gotta have a conversation on a different show about Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders, I actually believe him when he says he doesn't want to coach in the NFL. I don't think he'll coach in the NFL. I don't. Yes, yeah. So anyway, you guys are awesome, man. I got to go get the kiddo. We will be back on Friday, and we'll be talking about the Detroit Lions. And yeah, you guys are awesome. I will see you next time.